Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to this week's official episode of Van Chat. Well, I have a few different topics I'd like to discuss with you guys in this video. Some about the van and some moving forward about the traveling prospector and when I'm going to be able to get back out on the road and get back to prospecting and get back to living in the van full time. Well, you guys that have been following along with my vlogs, you know how a few days ago that my van wouldn't start up, and I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was a little bit frustrated about that. Well, it turns out that there was a small leak of air in the intake and it was sucking air and it ended up killing the engine. And, well, it was cold outside, and when you try to start a vehicle in cold weather, you guys already know the story. Crank, 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 and it doesn't take that many cranks to kill the battery. So, ended up getting all those issues fixed, and the van's running good again. It's 32 degrees out today. It's a nice, sunny, warm day here again. A lot warmer than what it has been, so it's good to see the nice weather around here. But as far as moving forward with the van right now, unfortunately, guys, I can't check the oil in this thing. And you guys that have been following along with the vlogs, you already know all about that situation. This is the old oil dipstick tube. Well, this is the new replacement one. The old one I had to cut in half so I could end up getting the old dipstick out. And just like so. And then you can get a reading on your dipstick and you can move forward and you can see how much engine oil is in your van. Unfortunately, I don't have one of these installed in my van. I went to install this factory replacement part here and I found out that I was going to have to take off the exhaust manifold, and I didn't have all the tools present with me when I had this thing ripped apart the first time. And my van had already been broke down for about 7 days. Given the current situation with the van already being ripped apart and not having the right tools that I needed on hand, I was just tired of not having a vehicle, so I went ahead and put it all back together so I could drive it in the meantime. If that was the only issue with the van, it probably wouldn't be that big a deal, but I'm also facing another challenge with the van right now. Right now, I'm currently losing antifreeze, and it's not coming out of the hoses or anything like that. I actually already went ahead and put new intake manifold gaskets on this thing a little bit over a year ago. So I know that I'm not losing antifreeze out of that. I'm actually pretty sure that I'm burning it out of the exhaust, which tells me that I either have a blown head gasket or something goofy is going on that I really don't know about. I just know that my antifreeze is leaking out. It's not the intake manifold gaskets. So the only thing other that it could be would be a leaky hose, which I'm pretty certain that it's not. Now, the van's not lacking power or anything like that. I can't tell driving down the road that I have a blown head gasket. I mean, there's no smoke coming out of it or anything like that, and the van runs just fine as power-wise, which kind of makes me think that it's not the head gasket. It's a little bit of a terrifying situation. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with it moving forward. Just because, to be honest with you guys, tearing off the heads off of this van and getting into a head gasket job is nothing that I really want to do to this thing at this point in time. That's just kind of where I'm at right now. I know that I don't want to get into removing the heads and do any work like that. When I was out in Idaho, I had to add water to it every once in a while or the van would overheat. And it used to never be like that when I first got the van. However, I bought this van used in Chicago, guys, and I think the antifreeze issue has been an issue since day number one. Because when I bought this van, guys, I smelled antifreeze from day one. I probably should have walked away from this van right here and went and looked for another van to buy. I really like the ASTRO vans and everything, but the van that I bought from day number one, I probably honestly should have bought another van that maybe was in a little better shape. So right now, I think I have a blown head gasket. I can't check the oil in this thing. I need to get a new brake caliper because the passenger side brake caliper sticks over here, and I have a brake leak in back of the van right now. So the van definitely needs some nursing right now. We got a brake leak, we got a caliper that needs replaced, we got an engine tube that needs to be replaced. So that's pretty much what I wanted to discuss about the van. The van still has a lot of life on it. It's getting close to having 132,000 miles on it. One of the reasons that I bought this van is because it has the 4.3 Vortec in it, and it's the same engine that my truck has in it, and it has 299,000 miles on it. I drove that thing out on the road for years, and it only broke down on me once, and that was because the fuel pump wire got grounded out. Other than that, that truck never left me stranded on side of the road or anything like that. It was a really good, reliable truck. However, the van, I can't say that I trust this thing 100% right now, guys. I'm just a little bit leery because, well, it left me broke down on side of the road, and I ended up having to get a U-Haul truck to get me back to Illinois. And I just can't say that I trust this van right now 100%, guys. And I don't know what I'm going to do moving forward with it. I actually want to go ahead and get...
We have a 3/4 ton chassis on a 7-passenger.
Yep, that's the van that I want to get. She will be mine.
Oh yes, she will be mine.
So I'm trying to keep a good positive attitude about that. And here's my thoughts, guys. This van is a year 2000. We're in the year 2019 right now. Let's face it. The van is 19 years old right now. It only has roughly around 132,000 miles on it. It can go quite a bit longer. But here's the thing, guys. I already know that I'm going to be living in my van full time. This is the lifestyle that I am working to do full time. You guys see it here on this channel, the Traveling Prospector. That's what we're about here. I live in my van and I go out prospecting full time, and I make videos about gold mining and van life. And I already know that this is the path that I'm pursuing. I'm not going to be giving up the van lifestyle anytime soon. I don't see myself giving it up. I like living out of my van. I love being out in the mountains. I love traveling. I love living on the road. It's what I like to do, and I don't foresee changing. So the next vehicle that I need to buy, guys, and that I'm going to buy, I have already decided is pretty much going to be close to a brand new vehicle, because like I said, this lifestyle I don't see giving up anytime soon. And if I'm going to be out on the road doing this, well, it comes down to needing to have a vehicle that I can rely on 100% or as close to as possible. You know, I don't have to worry about being broke down on the side of the road. I don't have to worry about turning the key and the thing not starting up. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to actually keep driving this van, guys. I don't know if I've thought about selling it, because you guys that know my situation know I went into a little bit of credit card debt last year when I was out on the road. So right now I have a pile of debt in front of me, and I've thought about selling the van and getting rid of some of that debt right now and putting it towards the paying my bills off. I really don't want to do that, but in the situation that I'm in right now, I have thought about doing it. So what it comes down to for me is, how much money do I want to end up putting back in this van right now, and how long will it last me in the long run? I guess the issues of the van right now aren't really costly issues, but if I have to go ahead and put a head gasket on this thing, it wouldn't make sense just to replace one head gasket. It would only make sense to replace them both if I were going to do it. And quite honestly, that's a bigger job than I want to take on right now, especially with the van all inside of this thing right now. It's almost to the point, if the van did need new head gaskets, I would pretty much just decide to pull the engine out of the van and probably rebuild the whole engine. And that is something that I have thought about. But if I was going to do that, wouldn't it make sense to pull the transmission out too and give it a rebuild as well? So now I'm looking at rebuilding the engine and rebuilding the transmission. So I'm kind of in a whole increment right now of what do I actually do with this van. Would it be better off just to try to go ahead and sell it the way that it is right now, leave it the full camper setup, fix the brake line parts and the stuff that I can fix on it, and just tell the new buyer, hey, you know, these are the issues with it. But I really don't know if I went that route, if I would probably end up getting a lot less than what the van is actually worth, because the time and the money and the effort that I have put into the camper build and all the stuff that I've done to it, it would pretty much just be like giving it away for free. So in that aspect of things, I really don't see myself selling it, but I have thought about it, guys. So that's just what I'm thinking about, guys. I'm to the point where I was actually looking at pickup trucks again, and I was thinking about going back and buying a 4x4 pickup truck and going back to living in back of a truck again, because I don't really dislike living in back of a truck, but I do like having a van better. It's a little bit more comfortable to live in. But essentially what it comes down to is having a good, solidly sound vehicle. And I'm at the point right now where the van is 19 years old, and quite honestly, I'm getting tired of driving stuff that's old and driving stuff that you have to worry about breaking down. So that's where I'm at, you know, and obviously that's going to change my future and how things go. I mean, right now, guys, I just want to get back out on the road. I want to get back to making van life videos. I want to get back to making gold prospecting videos and sharing that kind of stuff with you guys. I'm here in Illinois right now, and yeah, I'm making videos for this channel, guys, and I'm putting out as much content as I possibly can. I'm trying to make this channel as interesting as I can, making the vlogs fun and all that kind of stuff. But quite truthfully, I know that when I'm out in the West, in the mountains, vlogging about what I actually want to be vlogging about and making videos about the stuff that I want to be making videos about, it's going to help grow this YouTube channel a lot more than what I can back here in Illinois. However, I could be wrong on that, and I'm still putting out videos, guys, and I'm still working on building this channel up. But my thoughts down deep are I need to be back out on the road. I need to be making videos about gold mining and gold prospecting and living in the van to keep growing this channel the way that I see it growing. However, the channel is still growing right now. It's not growing as fast as what I would like it to, but I want to thank all my subscribers here. Thank you very much for subscribing here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, guys, please consider smashing that sub button and doing so. It really helps me out a lot. And the bigger that this channel gets, it's only going to allow me to stay out on the road longer and longer and longer. And eventually, this is going to be what I do full time. I'm going to live in my van. I'm going to prospect and mine full time. And I'm going to be making videos out in the West probably most of the time. I'm from Illinois. I was born and raised here. And when I get out and see the mountains and I get out into a whole different landscape, it's just beautiful to me, guys. And that's where I want to be spending my time. That's my thoughts on all of that, guys. And I just to the point right now where the van is 19 years old, and I think it only makes sense to maybe start looking to buy something new. And most importantly, I could have a vehicle that I could trust, and I won't have to worry about being stranded and broke down on the side of the road, because let's face it, that's not a very fun situation to be in. On the other hand, guys, I could very well go ahead and put the money into the ASTRO van. And the time. The time is not a big factor to me because I have the time, but is the money. Is it worth putting the money back into this van right here, or should I just kind of push the van aside right now and start putting my efforts into saving up for a new vehicle? Alright, guys, so that's pretty much what I've been thinking about this last week about the van and all that stuff. I'm just ready to have something that I can rely on 100% and move forward with that. Or maybe I'll go ahead and rebuild this van, rebuild the engine, rebuild the transmission, go through it all one more time. So I've thought about just putting this ASTRO van back together and using it the way that it is right now, not even fixing the coolant issues. Just keep an eye on it and just keep adding coolant to it every once in a while. My last thought, that seems a little bit wild right now. I've also thought about going back in debt a little bit more. I know this is a horrible idea, but I have thought about just maxing out my credit cards totally, and I've thought about getting back out on the road and making YouTube videos about gold mining and gold prospecting and living in a van and making vlogs about each subject. I know at 238 subscribers right now, that probably sounds a little bit ridiculous. I think I might have 239 now. I don't know. If you're watching this and haven't subscribed to the channel, let's go ahead and make it 240. Come on, guys, hit that sub button. I know we can build this channel up. Honestly, guys, that's one of the biggest things and most important thing to me is to keep making content for this YouTube channel and to keep growing it. I 100% see this channel growing, and I 100% see living on the road, gold mining, gold prospecting, making van vlogs, and making all the things I like to do in life work together for me, and being able to create an income that will allow me to live this lifestyle full time. Essentially, that is the full-time goal. Now, when I did this years ago, I was going to accomplish that through gold mining. You know, and that's still one of my goals, but right now where I'm at with my gold mining career and everything like that, I see that there's going to have to be an additional side income, which is why I'm looking at and trying to build passive incomes up. Even though I haven't been successful yet, I do have some things out there that are passive incomes. They just haven't taken off yet. Eventually, I see myself finding enough gold every year that will allow me to live the van lifestyle and the gold mining lifestyle. But right now, guys, I feel like to help my YouTube channel really grow and to help it take off, I feel like I need to be out on the road gold mining, living in a van, and doing everything what this YouTube channel is really about. All right, guys. That's all I got for the day. Thanks for stopping by, tuning in. Going to get a workout in right now and move forward on with the day. Grateful to have a lot warmer weather here. And all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll holler at you in the next one.